Yo guys, what's good and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing another reaction video. Today though, we're going to be looking at martial arts fails. So if you guys have ever seen any of these kind of videos, I always find them quite funny. And the reason why I'm watching the sort of martial arts style videos is because, as you guys will hopefully know, and if you don't, go and check some of my previous videos and I speak about it. I'm a Shodan black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, which is essentially a first degree black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. So I know a little bit when it comes to martial arts, and although some of these clips are probably not going to be just Jiu-Jitsu, in fact most of them will probably be things like Karate and Taekwondo and BJJ, I know enough about this kind of thing to find it funny. So yeah, it's going to be a reaction video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's check the first one out. Oh! I didn't even see that there were kids underneath him. God damn, or her. Do you know what? The amount of times that I've seen these kind of clips and the ref gets kicked, or in a boxing match where the ref accidentally gets punched, this happens all the time. You know when they're setting this up, when half the video is the person who's about to do the kick or the punch lining the plate up perfectly as if it's going to make any bit of difference. I guarantee he's going to kick this poor girl in the face. Oh no, that was even better. Oh, what a tip. Man, that kid, look at his legs. Oh. Yeah, you felt that. I have taken a number of low blows, so I know how he feels. Jeez. Do you know what? I can almost guarantee now, watching him doing that he had like 2 or 3 friends, or maybe it was in front of a girl, and he was like, yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna be able to kick this. I mean, look, the dude's in like jeans, or I don't know what those, like chinos. Man, you're never gonna be able to get that. It's a disguise. You can see he's getting ready for it. Everyone's like, oh my god, he's so cute. This kid is gonna ruin this man's nuts. I told you. This kid is gonna ruin his nuts. Told you. God damn. Oh man, look at his face. Just like, look at his face. That guy's standing up. He feels that pain. He's not even been kicked and he feels that pain. That happens a lot. When you're holding a kick pad, right? So you can see from the kid's arm, when you're holding the kick pad is quite big. I mean, they're probably 1 meter long, some of them. and they're solid objects, you know. I mean, they've got padding obviously to protect your foot and stuff, but they're quite solid. And if you don't have the right stance, even as an adult, like, you'll fly. And you can tell from that video, she is clearly bigger than he is. So if he obviously wasn't stood right, he wasn't, you know, standing his ground. I mean, you can see in the kids in the background, one leg is back, which is fine, but if you're not bracing that pad and someone fully kicks through it, you're going to go flying. Do you know what? I'm not even mad, because you can tell she's got a white belt on. I mean, crying like that, she looks like she's skipping up and down the mat. But that is quite funny. Oh, look at the placement. Look at that placement. You know, I reckon he's going to go for a kick. I could be wrong when I say this, but I reckon he's going to go for a kick just based on where he's holding that board. But you know, if he goes for a heel kick, look at the position. Look at the position of the board. Told you. Told you. That probably didn't land, but if I'm not mistaken, he's going to go for it again. Perhaps not. Dude, look how high he's holding it. He's holding it at her head height. She has not even got a coloured belt around her waist. How is this going to work out? Man, this guy is mugging her off. One of the things that you need to, like, I mean, this principle applies with everything. Like, you can't expect someone who has barely ever, like, barely does any martial arts or any, you know, barely has only just started something. You can't expect them to be able to get away with, like, look at how high that pad is, man.
Oh.
That's hardly freaking surprising, is it? Man, he mugged her off. Oh, you see that head bounce off the floor? I mean, if the look in his face doesn't say it all, I do not... Ugh, mate, I can feel his pain. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Do you know what? I do not trust nunchucks. I have no idea why anyone feels as though nunchucks are going to be useful. I don't know why they exist. I'm sure there is a very valid reason for them, and I've never actually properly trained with nunchucks, but in what circumstance is training with nunchucks useful? Like, when are you ever going to need to use them? I mean, obviously, jiu-jitsu, I've done videos of this in the past. We practice practical, effective self-defense, right? So, how to defend yourself against someone trying to punch you, kick you, grab you, try and, you know, defense against weapons. Like, I swear, pretty much everyone that's ever used nunchucks always ends up hurting themselves. So what is the point? Oh, that's nice. Elbow straight across the jaw. I like that, I like that. Look at the kid's face. He's gonna get kicked in the face. He's gonna get kicked in the face.
He's gonna get kicked in the face.
He's gonna get kicked in the face. See, this is the other thing, and again, if you're watching this and you've done karate or whatever, and you've practiced with conditioning your arms or your legs, then, you know, doing things like breaking concrete blocks and cinder blocks and bricks, fair enough, I get it, but I also don't get it. Like, the amount of times people attempt this and break their hands or break fingers or just look probably how this kid is going to look and just make an absolute mockery of yourself. I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. I mean, I've trained with people whose arms are like concrete, and it hurts. It hurts, and they seem to like not feel it. But in fairness, I expect all the nerves down their arms are like dead, right? But you can just tell. You can just tell this is going to end in tears. That is a nervous laugh. You know that is a nervous laugh. He is... Oh, man. Man, go home, kid. Go home. Go home. Stop making a fool out of yourself. That kid's ruthless. He wasn't even aiming for the pad. Do you know what's worse? The mother is definitely a mum. It might be an auntie, but it's definitely a mum. Is holding this camera and hear that cackle. You know exactly what she's going to be like when she's older. Man! The worst thing about that is, right, so he completely misses the wooden board, yet the sound is exactly the same as if he'd kicked it. Exactly the same. Right. Do you know what? That is exactly the kind of thing I would teach those kids. I've taught children before Jitsu, right? And even with the adults I teach, groin shots are effective. And even if you don't go for the, well, you know what I'm getting at. Like, inner thigh, you know, is also a really nice place to hit. So, fair play. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. But if you guys have enjoyed it, if you have and you want to see more of these kind of videos, please comment down below. And if you've got any questions about Jiu-Jitsu or anything that I've seen, again, stick a comment down below and I will get back to you. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. And you know what to do, guys. If you're new, consider subscribing. See you next time. Peace out.